Okay, now that you've watched the first two videos, it's time to figure out how to apply SFS in a practical and effective way so that you will be ready for lesson number 2 where the real fun starts. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that there was a lot of information in the previous video. It was pretty dense and it went by really fast, so if you feel you need to, go back and watch it again. What I do when I'm serious about learning something from video is to take advantage of the pause button. The pause button is my best friend because sometimes my mind is not in a position to absorb everything just by watching once. I mean, it's different when you're watching entertainment. Video learning is fun, but it's not entertainment. You need to be engaged to make the most out of it. The beautiful thing about video learning is that it's like having a teacher who you can ask the same question as many times as you need to until you get it. So feel free to rewind me, pause me, make me say it again and again, observe the diagrams, and so on for as long as you need to. You see, SFS is about understanding and not about mindless memorization. Memorization is popular because it requires no understanding. You just learn it and boom, instant gratification. But in the long run, it stabs you in the back and you get stuck. With SFS, you need some extra effort in the beginning to get the hang of it and understand how this works. But once you have the skills down, you become literally limitless. You can master as many skills as you want in record time. So your first assignment for this lesson is to look at the outline of the 5-string system and try to apply it starting on any string. Don't worry about the key right now. Do it on any fret. It doesn't need to be in A like in the previous video. We need to center all our attention to the construction of the system right now. So start with the 6th string, place the 5-string fragments the way they are on the diagram, and then adjust by applying the SFS rule of moving up for the last 2 strings. Do it slowly and attentively. When doing it on strings 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, you will also need to figure out the lower strings by building the system backwards from SF1. So go slowly in the beginning and really engage your mind, and you will be amazed at how soon this will begin to become automatic. And don't worry if it takes you a while to figure it out right now. In the following lessons, we'll talk about how to automate this skill so that you can do it on the fly even when navigating chord changes and switching keys. So here's an example. Let's say I want to practice building the system on string 4 and I randomly choose fret 4, which happens to be F sharp, but we don't care about keys right now. So I play SF1 and 2, and then I shift up for 3 and 4. I like to use fingers 2 and 4 usually for the shifted string fragments, but there are cases where moving up one position and using 1 and 3 might be better. You can try both ways. Now I need to fill up the bottom 2 strings. I can either think backwards from SF1, SF5, SF4. Or I can start from the 6th string, knowing it's the same as the first. So SF4, SF5, SF1. Both ways are okay for now. Now that I figured it out, I start from the root and play up and down through the whole range. So that's your assignment. Do this process starting on any of the 6 strings. You can find the resulting 5 shapes below to check your answers, but don't try to memorize them. And if you already memorized this in the past, just forget about them for now and try to understand the system. We are developing a skill that will literally skyrocket your capacity to master new scales. If you have time, do this as many times as you can before the next lesson. But if you don't have the time, don't worry, do this at least once for every string. Later, we'll talk about an easier and gradual way to implement this so that it becomes automatic. For now, practice this and keep an eye on your email for a link to lesson 2 in a couple of days. I like this bootcamp format where you set a goal and achieve it in a limited time frame. If you can do it, it will do you a lot of good. But if for some reason you're too busy to do the practice, then at least make sure to just watch the videos, and in the last lesson I will give you some download gifts including a practice plan so that you can work on this whenever you want. In the end, I'll also have a very special offer for those of you interested in buying the extended SFS Pentatonics course. But for now, let's just concentrate on this lesson's assignment, okay? Just construct the system starting on any of the 6 strings. So I want to ask you a favor. As you experiment and explore this concept, I would really like to know your reaction to it. If there are any of my veteran SFS Pentatonics students watching, I already got a lot of great feedback from you by email, but please share the experience here as well, so that everyone else can hear about the benefits of this system and get motivated. Oh, and if by any chance you're a player that just loves memorization and thrives doing it, please let me know, because I have yet to meet anyone that enjoys memorization. I'm not saying they don't exist, I just never met one. In fact, let's turn this into a poll. Do you love memorization? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? Scroll down and let me know in the comments, and also feel free to ask any question you want, or even answer a question if you've studied SFS with me before. Also, if you want to help me get the word out about this crash course, you can find the Facebook buttons below, so please click like and share. So thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in lesson 2.